See, we started yesterday with the demographic composition of Indian population. In that, we are going to study demography, study of population. So we are going to learn India's population, and by considering different factors. The first factor is religion. Religion-wise composition of population I have given in the table. Yesterday we have seen this. So we'll move to the next slide. We have finished Hinduism, Islam. So in Hinduism, Bhagavad Gita is the holy book. Majority of Indians follow Hinduism, and there are four main values: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Islam, it is the religion where people don't believe in idol worship. Idol मतलब मूर्ति पूजा में वो believe नहीं करते. Prophet Muhammad is the greatest prophet for them, and Quran is the most sacred book. And there are 5 primary duties that every devout Muslim follows. What are those? Belief in Allah, prayers 5 times a day, giving of alms, fasting for a month every year, pilgrimage to Makkah at least once in a lifetime. Then Christianity. Christianity started its root or gained its root when there was Portuguese and British invasion in 16th and 17th century. So for Christians, Bible is the holy book, and there are 10 commandments. What is the meaning of commandment? Commandment means divine rule. These are the divine rules given by, given by the Son of the Lord, or given by the Lord to the Christians to follow. All those 10 commandments yesterday I had discussed with you. Then next is Sikhism. Sikhism founded by Guru Nanak, and after him there was 9 gurus who followed his preaching, and they preached against the hypocrisy in religion. Religion here is Hindu religion. Then the holy book of Sikh is Guru Granth Sahib, and religious symbols of Sikhism are 5 Ks, that is Kesh, Kanga, Kada, Kirpan, and Kacha. Okay, next is Buddhism. In Buddhism, I think almost we have finished everything, but again I will revise it. Buddhism Buddhist follows the teachings of Lord Gautam Buddha. About 85% of Buddhists from India are located in Maharashtra. Out of 100, 85% Buddhists locate in Maharashtra. They are located in Maharashtra. There are 2 major schools of thought in Buddhism, such as Hinayana and Mahayana. You should remember this for your exam. Okay, Hinayana and Mahayana are the 2 major schools of thought in Buddhism. Okay. Next is the main aim of Buddhism is to attain Nirvana. Now, what is this Nirvana? Nirvana means nothing but the situation of enlightenment. यहाँ पे आप पूरे enlighten हो जाते हो. This is the stage in your life, not you, but the Buddhist life, where he or she will experience the bliss. एक अलग ही आनंद, एक अलग ही स्टेज आती है उनके लाइफ में. पूरा उनको मतलब प्रकाश में हो जाता है उनका जीवन, एनलाइटनमेंट, प्रकाश में, और उनके लाइफ में ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं बचता दैट दे हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ डिजायर. कोई डिजायर मन में नहीं रहता. पूरा उनका मन ऐसा क्लियर, प्योर हो जाता है, एंड दे एंजॉय अ काइंड ऑफ ब्लिस. एक अलग ही आनंद उनको महसूस होता है. सो दैट स्टेज, एंड और एक चीज, पूरा उनको ज्ञान प्राप्त हो जाता है. व्हाट इज ज्ञान एज पर रिलीजन? सो दैट knowledge they gain at this stage. Okay, and how they do it? कैसे करते हैं? By overcoming the rounds of birth. birth है ना, birth, death, rebirth, death. ये जो rounds of rebirth है, they will get freedom from this. They will overcome these rounds of rebirth, and they will achieve the enlightenment. They will achieve the nirvana stage. Okay. Before understanding Noble Eightfold Path, one more point I would like to explain here, which is not given here. That is, there are 4 noble truths given in Buddhism. ट्रुथ मीन सत्य, 4 ऐसे जीवन के सत्य उन्होंने ये बुद्धिज्म में दिया है, and all Buddhists they believe and they follow these 4 truths. Now what is the first one? The first is the cause of all existence is dukkha. Now what is this? Dukkha means sorrow, grief. Okay, all existence is dukkha means our life is full of sorrow. Don't you believe in this? है ना हमारे लाइफ फुल ऑफ सॉरो. हम लोगों को आज ऐसे लगता है नहीं आज मेरा दिन बहुत अच्छा है, नेक्स्ट डे देयर कैन बी अ सॉरो. Okay, any situation where you may be sad, so continuously sorrow remains there. Happiness depends upon you, but sorrow continues till the end of the life. So human life is full of struggle or sorrow. Human life kya hai? It is full of struggle or sorrow, and that is correct. Even I do believe in that. Next is the cause of dukkha. Now what is the cause of dukkha? Cause means reason. Cause of dukkha is nothing but your cravings, desires. What is the cause of dukkha? Your cravings. Cravings means your desires. So all desires are the reasons for your dukkha, for the sorrow. It is correct. We desire for many things. अगर वो हम लोगों को नहीं मिलता, then there is sorrow. मिलता है, then we are happy. But desires are there. There are many desires in our life. We expect that these things should happen in our life. These are nothing but your desires. महत्वाकांक्षाएं, ये होना चाहिए, मुझे ये मिलना चाहिए, वो मिलना चाहिए, सभी मेरे लाइफ में ये सभी चीजें अच्छी होनी चाहिए. All these are desires, and these are the cause. This is the cause of your dukkha, sorrow. Third one is, if you want to remove, that is cessation of dukkha comes with the cessation of craving. The meaning of cessation is removal. So we'll use the easy word, removal of dukkha or sorrow. How you can remove this? Once you remove the desires. कब ये आप remove कर सकते हो? Once you remove the desires. Okay. आप दुख, सॉरो कब खत्म कर सकते हैं? जब आप ये मन में से पूरे डिजायर्स निकाल बाहर करते हैं, then only you can remove the sorrow, you can remove the dukkha. And if you want to move away from dukkha, there is a path given in Buddhism. अगर आपको ये दुख, ये सॉरो से आगे जाना है, ये सॉरो खत्म करना है, तो उसके लिए आपको एक पाथ फॉलो करना है. That path is nothing but the noble eightfold path. Yesterday I had discussed that with you. The noble eightfold path must be followed so that all dukkha, you can move away from dukkha, sorrow, desires, and you can attain nirvana. ये noble eightfold path किसके लिए? First thing, you should move away. So if you follow this, you can move away from your sorrow, and you can attain nirvana. Nirvana, that state of enlightenment. For that purpose, this noble eightfold path is given. Now, why this path is labeled as eightfold? ये जो path है उसे eightfold क्यों बताया गया है? Why eightfold? Eight values are given here. 8 values are given here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 values a Buddhist must follow in his life. This path which is having 8 virtues, those must be followed by a Buddhist so that he can attain nirvana. Now what are those? Right view, you have good thoughts, that is right view. Good opinion, right view. Right intention, आपका हेतु सही होना चाहिए. कोई भी चीज करते समय कुछ भी बुरा दिमाग में रख के, पर्पस, बुरा पर्पस दिमाग में रख के नहीं करना है. So right purpose, right intention should be there. Right speech, you should talk right, you shouldn't say anything wrong, false. Right speech. Right action, all the actions that you do must be correct one. बहुत बार ऐसे होता है, लोग चोरी करते हैं, गुंडागर्दी करते हैं, या फिर किसी की बुराई करते हैं, या many things they do. So all these are false actions, incorrect actions. So you should follow right actions. Right livelihood, आपके जीवन सही होना चाहिए. गलत तरीके से बिल्कुल भी आपको अपने रहन सहन या फिर जिंदगी नहीं जीनी है. Right effort, all the effort should be correct one, right one. Right mindfulness and right concentration. Right mindfulness, you should enjoy that state of peaceful mind, and right concentration, you should concentrate properly on the things that you are doing or the work that you are doing. So when a Buddhist follows this path, he can move away from dukkha and he can attain the nirvana stage. Next is Jainism. Now, followers of Jainism are mostly located in Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Rajasthan. This can be a question in the exam. The followers of Jainism are mostly located in Maharashtra, Gujarat, and blank. Blank मतलब यहाँ पे answer आना चाहिए आपका. So the correct answer will be Rajasthan. So like that, questions can be asked in the exam: Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Rajasthan. They follow the preaching of Lord Mahavira. And whose teachings are followed by Jainis or Jain people? It is Lord Mahavira. Then who is Lord Mahavira? Lord Mahavira is the 24th Tirthankar of Jainism. जैनिज्म में तीर्थंकर रहते हैं, साधु, उनके जो साधु होते हैं उन्हें तीर्थंकर बोलते हैं. तो ऐसे कितने तीर्थंकर है? 24, और उनके पहले 23 हो गए. एंड ही इज द 24th तीर्थंकर of Jainism, and his teachings was started, followed by many people, and whatever teaching he has written in the book, in the text, are called as agama. So जैसे क्रिश्चियंस में बाइबल है, इस्लाम में कुरान है, हिंदूज में भगवद गीता है, श्री भगवद गीता है, तो वैसे ही ये जैनिज्म में अगमास करके टेक्स्ट है, बुक्स है, और वो बुक्स में लॉर्ड महावीर की टीचिंग दी गई है. देयर आर 2 सेक्ट्स ऑफ जैनिज्म. जैनिज्म में जैसे पंथ बोलते हैं, सेक्ट मीन्स पंथ, जैसे मुस्लिम में रहते हैं शिया एंड सुफी, वैसे ही जैनिज्म में 2 पंथ या फिर 2 सेक्ट रहते हैं. फर्स्ट इज दिगंबर, अनदर वन इज श्वेतांबर. ओके, नेक्स्ट, there are 3 guiding principles, jewels of Jainism. Right perception, आप जो सोचते हैं वो सही होना चाहिए, सही सोच होनी चाहिए. Right perception, सम्यक दर्शन, that is called as सम्यक दर्शन. Right knowledge, जो ज्ञान आप ले रहे हैं वो सही होना चाहिए, उससे किसी को भी नुकसान नहीं पहुंचना चाहिए. Right knowledge, सम्यक ज्ञान. Next is right conduct, which is called as सम्यक चरित्र. Right conduct means आपका जो ये बिहेवियर है, चरित्र है, कंडक्ट है, वो सही होना चाहिए, गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. That is सम्यक चरित्र. Okay, so there are 5 main vows that all Jain people follow. Let me write those here. वोज का मतलब पता है ना आपको? आप प्रॉमिस देते हो, शपथ लेते हो. So these are the 5 promises that all these Jain people follow. First is ahimsa. You know the meaning of ahimsa? अहिंसा का मतलब पता है ना आपको? नॉन वायलेंस, किसी भी तरीके का वायलेंस नहीं करना, हिंसा नहीं करना, अहिंसा. सेकेंड इज सत्य. ऑल जैन्स शुड स्पीक सत्य, दैट इज ट्रुथ. उनको सही बोलना है, सत्य ही बोलना है, गलत नहीं बोलना है. नेक्स्ट इज अस्तेय. अस्तेय मीन्स नॉट स्टीलिंग. नॉट स्टीलिंग मीन्स चोरी नहीं करना है, किसी भी चीज की चोरी नहीं करना है, दैट इज अस्तेय. फोर्थ इज ब्रह्मचर्य. Brahmacharya is nothing but, wait a minute, let me type this first. Brahmacharya is nothing but maintaining your chastity, celibacy, controlling all the senses, control over all the senses. जो आपके सभी senses है उसके ऊपर control करना, आपकी chastity बरकरार रखना, उसे बोलते हैं ब्रह्मचर्य. नेक्स्ट इज अपरिग्रह. Now what is this aparigraha? It is called as detachment, renunciation or detachment. Detachment means getting separated from something. Detach करना मतलब खुद को separate करना. किससे separate करना है खुद को? From what you are going to get separate? It is material pleasure. Material pleasure मतलब जो आप सभी लोग enjoy करते हैं ना, materialistic life, अच्छा खाना खाना, घूमने जाना, अच्छी गाड़ी में घूमना, अच्छी गाड़ी खरीद लेना, या फिर अच्छा टीवी लेना, टीवी पे सीरियल बना, ऑल दीज आर मटेरियलिस्टिक प्लेजर. तो ये इससे डिटैच होना, उससे कनेक्ट बिल्कुल भी नहीं रहना, सेपरेट होना, ये जो मटेरियलिस्टिक प्लेजर है उससे खुद को सेपरेट करना, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अपरिग्रह. सो ऑल जैन पीपल दे फॉलो दीज 5 vows in their life. I hope you understood Jainism. Next is Judaism. Now, what is this Judaism? It is the religion and philosophy and the way of life of Jewish people. Okay, हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था ना other religion करके. Other religion के 0.9 people are there. So in that comes Judaism and Zoroastrianism. I will write about that. So Judaism, now what is this Judaism? It is the religion and philosophy followed by Jewish people. Jewish लोग जो है, Jew जो है, उनकी जो religion है, philosophy है, उसे बोलते हैं Judaism. The holiest book of Jews is Torah. It is a set of 5 books of Moses. इनका जो फाउंडर है या फिर जो मेन सेंट है, which is called as, whose name is Moses, okay, and he has written 5 books and a set of that 5 books, मतलब 5 books का एक set जो है उसे बोलते हैं तोरा. Okay, Jews are a minority in India. Wait a minute, students. Jews are minority in India and Judaism is one of the first foreign religion which arrived in India as per the history. History में first जो religion है, जो पहला religion, foreign religion जो इंडिया में आया, उसकी practice की, तो वो कौन सा religion है? It is Judaism. Okay, understood? And out of the total Jewish population, 50% lives in Manipur, whereas 25% Manipur and Mizoram, जो total 100% Jews है, उसमें से 50% कहाँ पे रहते हैं? मिजोरम एंड Manipur, whereas 25% of total Jewish people, they live in Mumbai. Next, the last religion. I don't know, somehow I forgot this to write. If the lecture gets over, please rejoin. We'll finish this religion-wise composition today itself. Okay. The next religion is Zoroastrianism. Now, Zoroastrianism is followed by Zoroastrians or Parsis, and these Zoroastrians or Parsis follow the teachings of Zoroaster, and he has written a book called Zend Avesta, that is the holy book in which all the principles of this religion are given. Especially these principles include the belief in afterlife. See, जैसे हिंदुइज्म में आफ्टर लाइफ में बिलीव किया जाता है, वैसे ही द प्रिंसिपल्स रिलेटेड और बिलीफ इन आफ्टर लाइफ इज गिवन. इवन द कंटिन्यूस स्ट्रगल ऑफ द सोल, the continuous struggle of the spirit, means the struggle always, the spirit or the soul always struggle the struggle between the bad and good, good versus evil, that struggle. So these beliefs are given in this holy book in the Jain Avesta. And the Parsis are very small minority. It is they are very small in number, and mostly they are located in Mumbai. Where Parsis are located? They are located in Mumbai. I hope you understood this, all the religions and their philosophy, the holy book, and everything that I discussed in the class. Did you remember? Did you understand?